Hey guys, Brendan here from TAT. I was reading through the latest TAT magazine here, and I was reading a good article by Sam and Jack, so page 20 of the current issue. And so it's Anatomy of Coil On Plug Waveforms. And I've got a car here today that is, I think, a really good example of exactly what they're talking about and where you would use this. So we'll take a look. So all it is something quite common, a V6 Alloy Tech VE Commodore, and it's got a misfire. Dead misfire on this one, so there is a check engine light up and there's a cylinder misfire code there. So like most modern cars, it's going to shut down the injector, so make sure you're aware of that, if we go start doing our test, we need to expect, if we haven't cleared that code, then the injector won't be getting a command. Don't let that throw you off. Best thing to do is clear the code, and then it will start controlling that injector again until it gets enough misfire counts, and then it will shut it down again. But what I'm going to do is look first at the spark. It feels like it's just a dead misfire, so hey, we can get to the coils easily on the scope with my probe. So let's go through them and we'll take a look at them. Okay, so what I've got here is the Pico secondary ignition wand, if you like, flexible tip on it so you can get into places. We're just going to run this over the coils and it's going to pick up the back EMF coming off them. Can be hit and miss, as some coils are very well shielded. These VE ones, it seems to do reasonably well, so if I come down onto it, okay, and we can see, so I'm on there and I'm picking up a trace for that one. What we're most concerned with is the burn time. So you'll see it's coming in and out, but that's just because we've got a fairly well shielded coil, but I can see that that's a very nice burn time. Now if I go over to the next one, and now on that one we can see it's trying to spark, so it'll be getting a command, but you can see those oscillations just after the initial, I suppose, major voltage point. And those oscillations happen straight away, so that's the ringing out of voltage that is remaining in the coil, and it hasn't been able to achieve a spark. So there's absolutely no spark happening on that cylinder. So looking at a good spark event here, what I'm going to do is drag across these cursors. So from the start of the spark event, roughly there, and drag it along to, this is our burn time here, so to the end here, and it's measured for me up here, but there's 2.13 milliseconds of burn time. So that's great. That's a great coil. It's able to create a good spark, and the spark lasts for approximately 2 milliseconds, which is great. And then we see it ringing out here at the end, compared to our other one, which had 0 burn time at all. Okay guys, so that was just a quick one with a dead misfire. If you can power break it in the bay, then you can go ahead and do that method as well. But also for a weaker coil, that's going to show up, if I'm able to go along and get a burn time that's much lower than the others, and that's giving me really good direction. And all I've done, is taken a little antenna and put it over the top of everything. So it's a really good place to get started. Granted, there's a lot of other ways to test for ignition. One of my favorites when it's good access is just getting out this $10 Toledo adjustable spark tester, wind it out. As long as I can get to, say, around the 3 or the 4, which represents 30 to 40,000 kilovolts of secondary ignition, then I'm quite happy that that's going to make a good spark. Obviously, when you come up against V6s, V8s, and manifolds get in the way, you can't just be pulling stuff out like this. So it's good to have other methods to be able to fall back on. Take a look on our website, tat.net.au. I've got a review up here of this probe. Lots of other things on there as well, so if you're looking at buying any equipment, make sure you get on there. It's all really good stuff because it's all guys in the industry using it every day. So you'll see when I get on there, I'm not just spruiking this thing. Like, to be honest, it can be quite hit and miss. It all comes down to how well shielded the coil is, and you'll find on some cars it's just not going to work. So that's stuff that you need to know before you go out and spend your money on that kind of stuff. Okay, so in the comments down below, how about you throw out what your best method of testing coils or ignition is. I also like getting out an amp clamp and doing it that way, or you can look at primary ignition. What's everyone doing out there at the moment? Throw us a like for this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.